YouTube channel. I am so excited that you're here. I am Sydney, and this video is coming out the same time as my first one. I'm just gonna release them both. So even though they weren't filmed on the same day, you're probably here on the first day I released all this, so welcome. Thank you for watching these videos. Today I am jumping into the musical theater side of things, which I think there will be lots of content for that, so buckle in. And if you love musical theater, definitely hit that subscribe button so we can continue these conversations. Today I'm telling you my top 10 favorite musicals. A disclaimer is that I honestly think your top 10 favorite musicals are changing constantly. Like, it's a list that's like constantly evolving and should change. If it's not changing, like, you're probably not discovering new things. This is my top 10 favorite musicals as of March 23rd, 2021. So don't hold this against me in the future if I'm like, oh, I hate that show now. Like, I'm really sorry that I said this. We'll start at the bottom so that you have to watch till the end to see number 1. So number 10. This show at first had a Disneyland show. So like in Disneyland now they do Frozen, but before they did Frozen, they always had this musical playing at the Hyperion. Hyperion? I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. Live at the Hyperion. I think that's right. That's where like I first got into it as like a live sense. It obviously is also a Disney movie, and that's where the Disneyland version came from. And then it turned into a show for Disney Broadway. So I'm sure you guessed it. The show is Aladdin. My family got to see Aladdin and loved it. It's probably one of my dad's like favorite all-time musicals as well. I guess it's on my list. So great show, fun story. It's Disney and I love it. Lots of these shows that are on my top 10 list, I feel like are there and I like love them so much because there's roles in it that I could play. While that is not the case for Aladdin, I recognize that and I still love Aladdin. So highly recommend. Number 9, it's also the case. There's not really a role for me, and that's okay. You can obviously still love a musical that you can't be in, and I think that's important. So number 9 is Hamilton. I'm sorry, it's basic. And it's honestly kind of embarrassing that it's in my top 10. I was like, oh, I hate that it's going right there, but it's only number 9, so it's okay. Hamilton is amazing, and I've had lots of conversations with people that love it and that also don't like it. There's obviously problems with it. I recognize that, but I love Hamilton, and I love the music especially. Let me know what your favorite song is to Hamilton in the comments. My favorite song is Say No to This. It just like gets me going. So I had the opportunity to see Hamilton in London. I did a study abroad there, and that was just the best. Number 8, it's also kind of basic. God, I'm embarrassed that this is my list. But number 8 is Jagged Little Pill. I also had a conversation the other day with somebody who really doesn't like the musical. I saw Jagged Little Pill in March of 2020. I saw it literally the day that Broadway shut down. Like, whoa, that's crazy. It was honestly so fun and I loved it. And there's a role in the show that I could play, so that's why I like it so much. I'm sorry. Her name is Bella. Catherine Gallagher was the original Bella in the original Broadway cast. The music is Alanis Morissette. If you're not familiar with Jagged Little Pill, definitely check it out. My like one critique of it, lots of people recognize this as well, that it's like trying to do a lot and it's trying to like really tell a lot of stories and like really combat a lot of issues, which I think is awesome. And obviously it's Alanis Morissette music, so like what do you expect? But if it had been like a little simpler of a story and just that they chose like one of the major issues to, I don't know, raise awareness about, I think it would have been perceived better and easier to follow as an audience member. But I loved it. I love the music. It's like so angsty, it's like ridiculous. So whenever I'm driving somewhere and I'm gonna be late, I put Jagged Little Pill on and I make it on time because the angst just like makes me drive fast. So that's a good one. God, I'm embarrassed again that these are so basic, but it's okay. Number 7 is Dear Evan Hansen, and honestly, it's a beautiful musical. Like, if you are not familiar with Dear Evan Hansen, I don't know why you're interested in musical theater because you should probably know it by now, but it's a great show. Music by Pasek and Paul, and they're just like icons. Ben Platt's amazing, and well, like right now, there's not really a role for me. I think I could like literally kill at both of the moms someday. So manifest that for the future, that the show, you know, keeps running and that maybe someday I can do that. So the musical's beautiful and it tells a story that is just like, I don't know, it's like honestly like relatable somehow, and that like we all try to be people we're not. Like while his story is like a lot, we've all like been there and we've all like tried to put shoes on that are not ours. So honestly, so moving, so just like, I don't know, it was kind of earth-shattering to me. Like, I just cried. I remember my mom just cried. We saw it in New York, and it was amazing. So, highly recommend. Number 6, okay, this one's a little less, I don't know, basic and probably expected. So, I love this show. I don't know, the story is honestly kind of hard to follow sometimes, and that it's like really sad and like pretty gross sometimes, but Rose is just like so dear to me. So the show is Dogfight, and it is absolutely beautiful. Also Pascal and Paul. I love Dogfight, and I love Rose, and I love the music. Yeah, I've been singing Before It's Over for like almost a year and a half now, which is kind of crazy. Highly recommend. It's probably on my YouTube channel. You can probably go watch it. Yeah, so Dogfight is about a girl who just hasn't learned to love herself yet, and these gross army boys are having a dogfight, and the guy who brings the girl who's the ugliest will win a prize, and a boy ends up taking Rose, and then Rose finds out, and it's just like, I don't know what happens after that and how hurtful that can be. And she's like so excited at first because she thought that it was a genuine date. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Dogfight, definitely check it out. My favorite songs, Hey Good Lookin's just like a good, I don't know, a little like jam. Before It's Over, like I said, Nothing Short of Wonderful is beautiful. First Date Last Night is probably like the most used song. Like, it's a really popular duet that a lot of people sing. So it's a good one. Love Dogfight. Number 5, we're halfway through. This one's kind of basic again, but it's a good one. And there's a role that I would love to play in it. So this one is another Disney one, and now it's at the Hyperion. So if you, I don't know, really listened and are following along, you may know. This show, number 5, is Frozen. So I would literally love to play Elsa so much. Honestly, or Anna. Like, I'm not against playing Anna. I just like feel like I don't know, identify a lot with Elsa. I had the opportunity to see Frozen on Broadway. It was amazing. I literally went by myself. Like, I was in New York with just like some friends that are not super theater people, and I was like, no, like, I need to see Frozen. So I went, and then I met back up with them after, and I like sat next to this little girl, and I remember she like told her dad it was her first musical, and I was like, oh my god, shut up, this is like amazing. Highly recommend Frozen. It closed on Broadway during the pandemic, so that's too bad. So maybe like try Canada. I literally don't know. But there is a Hyperion version at Disneyland that will probably open soon. I love Frozen. I mean, if you can't watch the musical, you can watch the Disney movie. I don't know. Yeah. Number 4. So this one's another one that I feel a little like, I don't know, more confident that you probably didn't really see coming. Now, this show is a show I did in high school, and it's kind of embarrassing that I like still like it so much. And like, our production wasn't very good. Like, it was fine, but it like definitely wasn't amazing. The show's Big Fish, and you probably are not like super familiar with it. The songs you would maybe know. Time Stops is the duet that they sing. I Don't Need a Roof is like the main song that Sandra sings, and like maybe Stranger, Will Bloom sings it. It's based off the movie Big Fish, and I would love to play Sandra. What's cool about Sandra is that, and the whole show itself, it has different like timelines going on, so she like could be played by 2 actors, and you have like a young version and an old version, or you know, just cast one actor and she like, you know, wears a wig for one, or like puts her hair in a little ponytail for one or something. And the music is beautiful in Big Fish, absolutely beautiful. It's Andrew Lippa. Yeah, you can't go wrong there. And there's 2 really awesome boy roles. I would also really love to play the witch in Big Fish, and I like probably would more likely go down that route just because I feel like it's, I don't know, it's harder to find a really awesome witch than it is to find a really awesome Sandra. And I think I'm probably more of a witch. No, I just think my type lends itself more to the witchy characters, and that's the tea. So maybe, I don't know. I think that song's also on my YouTube channel, so go see that. It's called The Witch from Big Fish, so you can watch it right now. We'll move on to number 3. Can you believe it? We made it to number 3. Number 3 is kind of boring. Number 3 also centers around a role that I would love to play. This show is Waitress, and that's just so good. If you haven't seen Waitress, highly recommend. I saw it in New York on Broadway, and then I saw it in London on the West End. It's not playing on Broadway anymore. Hopefully maybe it's still playing on the West End, I don't know. So check that out. Find a way to see Waitress. I won't recommend the slime tutorials that are on YouTube, but you know, you need to see it. It's Sarah Bareilles music. I would love to play Jenna. Highly recommend. Number 2. Can you believe it? We made it to number 2. That's awesome. Number 2 probably seems basic, but I want you to know that I really did know it before everyone else, and I'm not kidding. That is true. So number 2 is Six. God, Six is the best. It's about Henry VIII's 6 wives, and that's obviously like British stuff. So I had the opportunity to see Six in London when I was studying abroad, and that was just like literally the best. The music's so good. It's like literally you're at a pop concert. It's only one act, like an hour of just like fun, and these women are just like belting and just like, oh God, it's so good. I like can't even describe it. So necessary songs you need to listen to right now are Get Down from Six, All You Want to Do from Six, and Heart of Stone If You Want to Feel Something. All of it's good. Love Six. And my last musical I'm gonna talk about. So number 1 is a show that I've been in twice now, and I absolutely love it. It's also based off of a Disney movie, so lots of you probably already know what it is, but I like had never really seen the Disney movie. Like I wasn't super familiar with it before I was in the musical the first time, and the first time I was in the musical, it was just like literally the most magical experience of my entire life. My mom like saw the audition in like literally a newspaper ad. Like who finds auditions in a newspaper ad now? She saw it and was like, you should go, and I did, and then I got in, and that was amazing. And then I did the show at like a local theater here in Utah like a year and a half ago, and it was awesome. And because I was like so familiar with the show and had such a great experience with it prior, it was just like so easy to just like jump in and just like love it. So yeah, the show is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I just like literally loved being a statue in the show so much. And you get to sing and dance, and it's just so much fun. So the music is absolutely beautiful. Must listens to for that one, Made of Stone. Honestly, While the City Slumbered is silly. It's like a transition song, but it's kind of a bop. Oh, Top of the World, must too. And you know, in a place of miracles is really good. Pass on Court of Miracles. Yeah, not as good. Well, you guys, that is my top 10 favorite musicals. Thanks so much for watching. I am so grateful that you are here and following along with me on my YouTube channel. So like I said, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my other video if you haven't already watched my Nice to Meet You video. And let's definitely connect on all of our socials. My Instagram is @SidStephan. I'd love for you to listen to my podcast with Natalie Ayres. It's called Bold and Balanced, and it's on all streaming platforms. And you can also add me on Clubhouse @SydneyStephan. And that's also my TikTok. So I'd love to connect with you. Send me a DM. Let me know you watched my video. Please. Illy, see you guys.